A huge I Quit match was added to WWE's Clash at the Castle. Adam Copeland has given a surgery update after breaking his leg. And Triple H reportedly pushed for a new wrestling company. Stay tuned for all the wrestling news. It was revealed on last night's SmackDown that Cody Rhodes will defend his undisputed WWE Championship at Clash at the Castle against one AJ Styles. Now, we expected this to happen. We saw that thing on last week's SmackDown where there was the retirement angle.
Yeah, we
with
had
the
the Mark Henry.
Yeah, he did the full-blown Mark Henry, and now it has been confirmed that they will have that rematch from Backlash, but this time in sunny Scotland. But that's not all, because it's been given a huge stipulation, with that being an I Quit match. I feel like that's instantly taking this match up in the excitement levels.
The promo leading into this was fantastic. I think we had some back and forth with Cody backstage with AJ, and then Cody just marches out to the ring, which, by the way, it's just like, hey, you have a backstage at WWE, you know the route directly to the ring now.
Go for it.
But you follow Cody all the way out there, and he's like an angry man. He's like, get out here, get in this ring right now. And then he runs him down, but in just a really fiery way. It was really good.
Yeah, it was really fired up. Rhodes was waiting in the car park for Styles earlier in the night. Nick Aldis intervened to stop any brawling because
Stop it, boys.
Yeah, he didn't want them fighting just
You're
yet.
not allowed to fight.
AJ didn't want to fight that night, though. He wanted a match next Saturday. So a week from tonight, there will be I Quit match at Clash at the Castle. I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun.
Cody promised to make him say the thing he should have said last week, which was, I quit. Yeah.
I think that this could be... I mean, they stole the show at Backlash, right?
Yeah.
That match was incredible.
It makes sense. International crowds are always going to be hot, and if you throw in a massively exciting prospect with two wrestlers who can work in the way that those two can work, and oh my god, what a match, this is going to be just a barn burner.
Get some local celebrities in, get them battering AJ in the ring.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Greg Hemphill, get him in the ring.
Well, you can have them, but you're not getting Drew then.
No, Drew's happening.
No, it's too late. We've rang him.
No,
we've got we're going to get a whole host of Scottish celebrities in.
Just on that
Ballamore.
Yeah. Oh, what is the story in Ballamore? Drew's going to win that bloody title. Well, another title match has been added for Clash at the Castle because Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair will defend their women's tag team championships against Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark, and Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, a good old Scottish tag team. They're doing quite well, WWE, with getting all the Scottish talent on the show.
They are, and if they follow traditional booking, they'll all look. No, I'm just going to stop doing that. But it's just nice to see, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's really nice that there's going to be so much homegrown talent on the card. I think genuinely, out of all of the matchups I've seen, this would be a huge response if there was to be a title change. I don't know if we're quite there with Jade and Bianca, but this, like, as a team, they make the most sense here for me in this little matchup. I think this group of three teams rather.
The fact that it's three teams. Yeah. Does make me think we are seeing a title change. The fact that you've got, I mean, the last time we saw that anything involving these teams, it was Shayna Baszler and Zoe Starks challenging Jade and Bianca on Raw. It ended in a double DQ when Alba Fire and Isla Dawn interfered. The fact that there's three teams in there, I feel like, you will get a sneaky pin on one of the two teams that isn't Bianca and Jade. That isn't none of them.
Maybe everybody gets to do the Drew moment where they look down the camera and they're like,
and get it.
Except for Drew.
Yeah. Maybe that's
Punk at the end going,
just stealing it from him. But that's another title match added, and there's another one expected to be added but wasn't added on last night's SmackDown. This is according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, saying that the plans right now call for Logan Paul to defend his United States Championship against LA Knight. At Clash at the Castle. However, it wasn't announced on SmackDown.
No, it looks like they're going to be saving that for next week. It makes sense, to be honest. Have Logan Paul come out, have Logan Paul run down the crowd, have Logan Paul just be an absolute knob next week, and then have LA Knight come out and be like, no, let's do this tomorrow night.
Yeah, let's have a match. It feels like one that's been building for far too long. I think we all expected this match.
It's like it keeps getting to the point where it starts to bubble, and then they're just taking the heat down just a little bit. They're just letting it simmer. Like
last year at Money in the Bank, that was the thing. It was like the feud between them in that match. Aside from the spot with Ricochet, we saw on the SmackDown before we had LA Knight and Logan Paul. They were at each other's throats. So I think if they have that match on Clash at the Castle, you're going to have a lot of hate for Logan and a lot of love for LA.
Yeah, and if you announce that in front of, because SmackDown's emanating from the Hydro as well. So I think if you announce that in front of the Glasgow crowd, you're going to get a mammoth response as well for all of the repeated showing of that clip over and over and over and over again forever.
Absolutely. I'm really hoping, though, when he does the LA night, they do I instead of yeah.
What if that throws him off, though?
It might throw him off.
What if he's like, it's one
Come on,
syllable.
Scotland. If you're going to be there, join me in chanting I instead of yeah. But moving over to some AEW related news just now, Adam Copeland has given us a little bit of an update, hasn't he?
Yeah, he was talking with Busted Open Radio, but he's opened up around the injury he suffered at Double or Nothing and shared a little bit about his recovery, saying, so, I had the surgery on Monday and it was a success. I guess it got a little complicated just because of where the break is. It's kind of right above the ankle joint, which is called a palon fracture, apparently. So the cartilage is between your ankle and your tibia and fibia got squished, and I guess there were shards of it too, so they had to try and compact it all with the plate and the screws. I haven't looked at an x-ray. I'm not going to, just because I don't find that helpful. This is surgery 7, so I know the mission, I know the drill, I know what I have to do. Stark reminder how lousy lower body injuries are, though. There's of course no time frame for his return as of yet. We're probably a ways off ever finding out about that. I think it might just be one of those where they constantly keep it close to the chest and eventually it'll be a surprise return.
That's what you hope, right?
But it's not sounding good that it's a bit more complex than initially anticipated, but thankfully it sounds like they have found a route through it with the plate, right?
Yeah, I think
if they've been able to compact all of that.
They managed to sort it. He did, obviously, the complications with it, surgery.
You've got to imagine they've probably taken all the shards and everything out as well.
Yeah, you would expect.
Yeah.
So as Sam said, there's no current timeline when we'll see him back in the ring. I think when the first news came out about the injury, they were like, it's like 6 to 8 months that he could be out with.
But of course, like it's horrible to say age is a factor, of course. Like, there's a lot of different things can go on in and around. If me and you were the same age, both broke our leg in the same way, it could be completely different, couldn't it?
Yeah. He did reveal, though, that he has been just spending his time with his dogs, playing video games and reading books. And what a way, he's got some paid time off work.
It must be nice to be able to be sat there kind of like, well, I can't do much. I'm just going to play games constantly. And then nobody can complain because, well, what do you want me to do? I'm stuck here.
And if he's timed it, he's timed it quite nicely. He's now just available in AEW Fight Forever.
Yeah.
Or we've just seen the first look at him in Fight Forever. So maybe he's playing with himself.
Or maybe he's on 2K24 on the Community Creations.
Not playing with himself. I think he'll be playing with himself instead. Definitely. We're going to round things off, though, here with some news about Marigold, the startup company in Japan run by Rossi Ogawa. Speaking to Number Web, though, he revealed that it was Triple H who gave him the push he needed to leave Stardom and form this new company. He said, Triple H told me, I want to help you with whatever you want to do, whether it's Stardom or as a solo artist. He gave me the push I needed. I was starting to feel uncomfortable at Stardom. I couldn't allow my true potential. I was like a decoration told to just sit there. Now, there's a lot of speculation that there was some WWE involvement in him leaving Stardom and forming his own thing.
It went a bit further beyond speculation around the time. It was like, WWE are actively pushing for this, apparently, but nobody could trace the rumor back or the source. Right?
Here's Rossi Ogawa just going, it was Triple H's idea, mate.
Well, he was seen at WrestleMania, obviously same weekend that Julia popped up for the first time in the company, but he was seen at WrestleMania at, I believe, like the Access or the World.
It was the World in WWE,
but he was spotted there, so it was known that he was in and around WrestleMania week, so you got to imagine he will have been, speaking with the company.
And it's only a matter of time now until we actually see some crossover between the two companies. We've heard numerous rumors that Julia, pre-injury, was going to appear at Heatwave and then in the same week appear at a Marigold show and have some back and forth between there. With the recent crossovers with TNA, you'd kind of expect a little bit, a prohibited portal or whatever they're bloody calling it. It's like companies.
It's almost like in Russia, right? They like way back they used to have closed cities that would make, so like there'd be one city that made bits for a tank. Like this one city makes tank treads, but it's a secret, right? Nobody's allowed in or out. It feels like they're doing that with their own territory. Like they're going, okay, Impact. They're kind of just building a set of promotions that they will work with, and they'll be the only ones they ever work with.
I mean, I feel like that's probably how it's going to end up.
There's just a big wall around anybody they work with, and it's like, we'll just be a big ecosystem to ourselves.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot of crossover. Maybe a crossover show completely. I feel that would be like the eventual
a big charity style show like the All Together ones, but fans are just going to call for the sort of cross promotion WWE might not want, which is, the people are going to be going AEW constantly. So
it's not going to happen.
No.
I mean, we do seem to see a lot of forming, as you said, that sort of closed off group, the TNA, Marigold, and WWE, and then on the other side you've got your AEW, your CMLL, your
and then NXT starts working with them, and it'll be really awkward.
God, multiple crossovers, but
and then he buys OVW back out of spite.
And they've got that series, don't they?
Yeah.
They get that on the Netflix.
Get Russo
is
back.
Is that on Netflix?
Which
the
one?
OVW one?
OVW. It might be in the States. I don't think it is here. Oh, no, it was. Yeah.
See, WWE's on
the
Netflix
reality show.
soon.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, anyway, that is all we've got for you
Get
just
a bit
now.
of all snow in your eyes.
Yeah, we'll be back later on today with more wrestling news. Stay tuned to the social medias and the website to keep up with wrestling news as it happens, and we will see you later on.